All right, good morning. Good morning. Interest rate decision day. So our overnight action. Yesterday our candle closes an inside candle. So far overnight we've tested above our yesterday's candle, but not above the true big buy-up candle yet. I mean, we held a higher low, so it looks like it wants to try. Be good. Got our big swing. We ended up putting in a low here, which broke that trap level that I was watching a little nervous about yesterday, but it did break it. And then the retest held a higher low, and then here we are, making a higher high. This little pullback swing is going to be important for us to hold. Otherwise, we'll probably see a test of lower, either liquidity or lower, but if it can hold that, it's testing it right now. Yeah, otherwise it's going to be back down somewhere here is where I would expect. Doesn't look too bad. Let's see if we can hold. I don't think there was other economic releases this morning. I think we just have the one this afternoon. Yeah, the Fed interest rate stuff this afternoon. Crude's at 11:30, but oh, we have new home sales actually. New home sales at 11, so we do have one. Other than that, we're good to go. Yesterday was kind of wild. I never got any trade setups in the afternoon, but we did get a few through the trade session. Just couldn't do anything with them because they were like, 10 points to get involved in. We had a really nice two-leg pullback there. We had a nice failed breakout there for mean reversion. And then we had a nice two-leg pullback right here. And then we had an inside reversal here. Like, just really nice trades. But they were gigantic. They all paid out really proper, 2-to-1, 3-to-1s, but we're looking at 10, 12 points to get into the candle like risk range, and I just it's not normal. Good morning, man. Kind of got a little one-time push coming up right here to the open. Interest rate day, man. She could get wacky later on. Respecting that supply line to a T. See if we can get through it. Trying to hold a higher low. No worries. I'm actually going to be gone a little bit before that. I need to be like out the door by 12 at the latest, so I'll probably be leaving like 1:45. That should give me enough time to grab my things and get out the door. And I will not be here the next 2 days, which I guess will be the rest of this week. I have a work project starting this afternoon. And then, yeah, I'm estimating 2 days. I'm hoping to be done by Friday, but yeah, no worries. Sorry about last time when I couldn't. I should have like a lot of streamers have like Twitter and stuff so that they can like post, you know, so their followers know if something came up or whatever and I'm not going to be there. These are things I need to add in the future. There's a lot of things that I want to add to the stream. I just haven't. All my effort has been put into actually trying to like get better at the trading part for now. I haven't really put much effort into the stream production side of things. Then we took back that move pretty easy. Nice gap up this morning. A one-time push down now. Bounced off that supply line perfectly, breaking into these stop loss levels. It's putting us below that hourly swing level too. See if we close down here. Seconds. We did close down there. See if we keep going. How was your trading the rest of the day yesterday? Did you find any other opportunities? I didn't find any for me this afternoon. I had it open on another screen. Had a couple nice ones yesterday in the morning session, but like we talked about, it's just too big. Candles are way too big. So I replay traded the rest of yesterday. Got a bunch more days done. A community tab. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I will look into that. The retest held. Going lower. It's a big engulf candle so far. Real big. Some overlapping price action here. First candle to make a high on the day. Not much follow through yet. That rejection candle. Tested a tiny bit below, trigger some orders for sure. Snapped it the opposite way right away. screams trap to me. Oh, they got some follow through. Yeah, never mind. I say it looks like that was gonna squeeze the other way, but a little micro double bottom so far. A lot of overlap here. Well, if we hold below here and try to make another extension down, we may see an actual move back down a little bit, because we're failing to hold that breakout level on the hourly. May come back down and check some volume areas down here around the 60s. Have to find some support here pretty quick. There are some buyers here, but we're getting lower highs. Another lower high inside candle. There's our little test below. Do we reject it? Close out as a reversal. We did. Should give us a pop up, at least to check above 4406. It's a great reversal trade. check, sweep the lows, close back up in like that. Great reversal trade right there. Ideally, we break above this high, we do a small retest, we make a second leg. It'd be like best case scenario. It's failing slightly above these highs, but below this one, which makes sense if that's where we were gonna fail. Hopefully we'd get above though for first profit target. There it is. Now, best case scenario is we hold a pullback and we make a second leg. Perfect reversal right there, AAA. Too bad the risk is like 8 points. A good retest. Still wouldn't be exiting this trade. Be looking for a high day break now. Still haven't even done a pullback. There's our 2-to-1. And a break a high day. Boom. Beautiful reversal trade. Beautiful. Liquidity point accumulated, swept the lows of the accumulation, closed back up in. Now we have a one-time trade, high one entry possible if it formed. Was an aggressive reversal. No pullbacks yet, straight up. Nice, so you ended up with 2 more trades. Right on. Beauty. There's the low or high 1 entry right there. Looking for a full extension. First candle to make a high after the one-time push from a reversal or from a trap. There's extension. Nice extension too. You're looking for a 1.5, right basically there right now. Two beauty trades. That's actually 6 for 6, man. Yesterday and today there was 6 AAA setups and they all worked. Kind of nutty. If only the risk was tradable. It really does show me that I need to have a different I need to do something a little different, because my candlestick patterns and the way that the trades are working out are there regardless of the size. But man, not being able to size down from 1 is really really difficult, because my old risk tolerance of 4 points just doesn't work in most of the market conditions lately. Not even just yesterday and today, but like the last while. But while I'm going through my review and my replay trading, I'm very much noticing that there's not many days where I get more than 1 or 2 trades in a day. So before, my max loss was 500 in a day. I didn't want to ever go over 500 in a day. But if I really think about it and I'm only trading 1 or 2 times, if I take larger risk on those 1 or 2 trades, I could still keep it under that 500 a day. Because before, my rule was lose 3 trades in a row, you're capped at 500, you're done for your day. That was my stop out, max loss on the day. Which I could still keep that same number, but trade less, be willing to trade less times, which the strategies don't show up as many times as I was thinking originally. So it still would work out. I just need to be mentally okay with being like, oh, okay, the ATR is different. The candle today is going to take 7 points to get into. So, okay, my risk is $350. It's still under that 500. I might just only get that 1 trade that day. But they still pay out the 2 to 1, the 3 to 1. Like, the proper risk to reward numbers are still there, exactly the same. It's just the point that changes. I'm not sure. The one thing that I am doing while I'm replay trading is I leave it at 1 contract, and I literally have taken the point value into accommodation 0. I'm doing it solely based off of the pattern and like where I expect it to go, and just managing it the way that the strategy is supposed to be managed for the risk to reward number. And when I go through what I've done so far, my average risk to reward is like 2.3 so far, I think. And I'm sitting at a 59% win rate. think that's what the number was. So like I always have that defined level of where the pattern's invalid and all that, and I literally don't change anything. It's just the sizing that's kind of kicking my butt because of the rules around the trading combine. You know, I can only have max loss of a certain amount of points, but I think like this, for example, right? Like we've had 2 perfect AAA trades right now that follow suited. But neither of them got taken because they're like they're just big point. Like this one, 99, almost, actually it was 99.70. So yeah, so it would have been 44 even. Stop out 2 ticks below the low, so it would have been 93. Yeah, we're 7 points there. Mind you, it gave full target of like 3 to 1. Same thing here, right? This one go for 1 to 5, or sorry, 1.5. And we got her easy. That's rare. 2 trades before 30 minutes into the session. Damn. Reversal trade, 1 timing high 1. 2 out of my 3 strategies got triggered within the first 30 minutes. That's rare, bro. That's very rare. I don't know. The replay trading is very much helping me be okay with just trading a lot better, which is like I'm really liking it, and I wish I would have done it a long time ago. Because I have to be like, you know, truly confident in the strategies before I'm trying to actually utilize them with real money. And that was kind of what was holding me back before. Like the strategies are there, I wasn't doing them. Just wasn't trading. Because I didn't have the confidence in them yet, because I never really had traded them properly. So the replay is nice. When I'm done, I guess what I really need to figure out is if I'm okay with just accepting that higher risk based on the ATR and just going for it. Because the risk to reward is still there, still the same pattern, same everything. It will, I'll understand it a little bit better as I practice it and see what the result is. It makes sense to me in my head, and it should be fine as long as I don't let it mentally change my perspective. Like, let's say that I'm on a win streak, or I've taken a couple nice W's, but they were only from, let's say, 3 points of risk, and then all of a sudden the next trade that presents is a 7 points of risk trade, and I take it as a stop out. I have to be okay with that, even though the winner was just the same size as that full size loser now, which normally my winner would be 2 to 1. So that would be different. That would be the different part. Yeah, they definitely, that's literally how I have felt, for sure. Painted into a corner for sure. But understanding, I think really growing from that replay trading and understanding that it doesn't happen as often as I thought is going to be a big helping factor, allowing me to take that more risk, to maintain that $500 loss limit in a day. Because before, like I said earlier, it was always 3 trades max in a row. Like if I lose 3 trades in a row, I'm done for the day, and that number has to be smaller than 500. That was how I worked it out. I can still maintain that 500 with less trades. I don't see why not, right? That how I'm trying to justify it in my head anyway. Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing, man? I gotta say, man, the replay trading that you suggested is invaluable. So good. I'm so glad that I bought that package and have been doing that. I agree. Yep, same thing I said. And we're above it now. We're test checking above it. That daily candle swept a beautiful low opportunity too. Took out those October lows. Had a really good reaction from the liquidity. And yeah, now we're testing above that candle. So we're actually getting the trigger for potential long. It's on a long time frame. It's really good. I'm doing as many as I can. Usually I get in like, so I'm only trading the first 2.5 hours, right? Say like 10:30 to 1. So I'm able to get a couple in a day. The way I've been doing it too is I put it on faster time until my trade presents, and then I put it normal time so that I get to experience all parts of the trade just as if it was real. Force myself to go through it properly. So some days I get, 3 or 4. But yeah, it's been very good. Yep. At first I was like letting it go 4x all the time. And then I quickly was like, no, I shouldn't do this because I want to feel the whole emotion. I want to feel that pressure and not exit the trade and like be holding the trade like I'm supposed to and do what my strategy says for like the accurate amount of time. Because it was easier on the 4x when the trade was on. I stopped doing it that way. But 4x it until the trade presents. Yeah, that's true too. Nice. We're back up above, closed above. Our reversal played out perfectly. It actually went much further than I expected on the first push, but worked out really well. Perfect AAA reversal setup. 2 legs. If you didn't hold for the 2 legs, you had the high 1 opportunity because we had 5 in a row out of the trap. It was literally perfect. Perfect. $4,400. Man, that's exactly where my entry was. Exactly. To the tick. 1 tick over this candle that swept the lows and closed bullish back in the range. Entry was 1 tick above, which was 4,400. Hold for 2 legs. Was that the candle you bought above? 1044 candle? No, I didn't take it because it was like 9 points of risk or 8 points of risk, which is what I was talking about earlier with one time. This is the issue, the reoccurring theme of me having my old 4 points of risk is kind of like the struggle. But after doing my replay trading, I'm noticing that my trade strategies don't present as often as I thought that they did, which I think is going to work in my favor because my old principle and with the trading combine rules, my max loss on a day that I was trying to maintain was $500. And I allowed myself to take 3 trades to equal that $500. 3 losers in a row or $500, you're done for the day. Now, I can still maintain that $500 max loss in a day easily if I only take 1 or 2 trades, which these risk parameters being larger, the 2-to-1 and the 3-to-1 risk to reward, and like the setup is still there exactly the same. The numbers are just slightly bigger, but that would still work under the idea that I'm not trading as many times as I thought. I just have to be okay with that bigger number. So that's my current while I'm replay trading, I'm actually taking the price not into account whatsoever. I'm just purely doing like the patterns, and I'm doing where the stop is supposed to be based on the pattern, and then my 2-to-1 or my 3-to-1 price action, whatever I'm looking for as my risk to reward, and letting them play out. That way I can kind of prove to myself that I can make that adjustment in my trading and get rid of how I used to do my stop loss, and make it a little bit more workable, because this is a reoccurring theme. The best trades for me are more than 4 points of risk for how I trade lately, especially lately. I mean, yesterday they were like 10 or 12 points of risk, which is a little bit too much. But those are anomaly days. Like, those are really, really crazy days. But today, like this one was 7. That's okay. That still maintains my risk parameters, no problem. I just need to know that I'm not going to be taking 3 trades. Instead, I might only get 1 or 2. So that I think is going to be my adjustment going forward, but I want to finish a lot more replay trading before I make that conclusion. Three-point stop loss for a 10-point target. So you had really high risk to reward then. You were more than 3-to-1, but then when you raised your stop loss to get into the trade without moving your target of 10, your risk to reward went way different. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The same principle of why you took the trade is happening even though the ATR is higher. So if you're going to adjust the stop loss to make sense for that, like, you should adjust the target profit as well. Yeah, exactly. That's literally the exact same dilemma that I'm going through right now, but it still works, right? So instead of risking my 4 points to make 8 or 4 points to make 10, I'm now going to risk like 6 points to make like 15 or 20. As long as you adjust it both ways, And the reason that you're adjusting it is based on the ATR, right, of the day, not based off just you want to take a bigger trade. Should work out. Because with my old way of managing the stop losses and the points and all that, it just really isn't viable in any kind of volatile market. I would basically just be forced to sit on my hands all the time, which is essentially what I've been doing, which doesn't work. Can't just sit on my hands all the time. That's why I've been recording the trades as if, you know, the size part didn't matter for now. And it still works out perfectly. Like the trades that do work still give me the proper risk to reward ratio that I'm looking for. I just need to accept the bigger number. Because I'm a bitch. No, the reason I didn't is just because while I was on this sim account, I was still trying to do it as if it was the real thing. I was still trying to treat it exactly as if it was real and live. And in current real and live conditions, my stop loss max is 4 points. I wasn't making the adjustments on the sim account. I've just been doing that in the replay trading. I was trying to treat this sim as like the same thing, the exact same live, my live rules, no adjustments. And basically the conclusion that I've came to is that there's just too much idle time, too many opportunities that are like beautiful that I just can't be involved in. So moving forward, after some more replay trading, I think that is going to be hopefully a big page turner for me. Everything about it makes sense. I didn't expect that my 4-point stop loss was going to work today because the last couple of days we've had insane volume, and then today is the Fed interest rate later this afternoon, so I expected pretty high volatility. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. The next sim account will be that way. This one was still trying to maintain the same discipline, same everything. I was just trying to be able to trade it without the effects of the combine on my head, but completely still the old system. And I'm getting the same result. There's just a lot of hand sitting time. The stop loss adjustment should help me considerably. He sure could. Yep, today is the day. I was like, we have a beautiful inside reversal on the daily chart on Bitcoin that I was going to take a position on, and I actually didn't solely based off of because I know that today is the interest rates. So I want to see what happens off that first, because even though the technicals are like beautiful right now, I mean, it's still basically at entry price location for like a long-term swing trade. If something goes wonky today, man, it could really flub the technicals. So I passed on it. I'll wait. Really is like a beautiful bottoming pattern potentially, but see how today goes, and then maybe I'll take a later entry. Decent push back down, really. Tested just above the daily and back into the same price action zone. Quick push back down. Test under both of these levels. It's a good spot for some liquidity if we were going to hold from there. You find that you've been trading a lot less since you made your adjustments, or about the same?
I like the way you
6 trade signals in 2 sessions so far. That's a big change for me. 2 days with no signals to 6 in 2 days. I guess that just goes to show patience is key unless it's right there in AAA.
I like the way you
Rigid bar formations. Yep. So you're a little bit more lax now. That's cool. And you seem to be having good success with it, so that's great. That is good. Hell yeah, it is. Yep. Now it's kind of like you're getting education for free, right? You can think of it that way. That's what I always did. Trade around break even means that you're getting experience and education at no cost. Just your time. Yeah, true. That's true, yeah. It's all right, man. That's peanuts compared to what you're going to make in the future, right? Or even if you were trading your own money. $1 to $2K, like you've paid them $1 to $2K, you mean? Were you trading the 350 or the 150 account? $1 to $2K seems like it would be a lot of months worth of trading fees, no? Excuse me. Yep, you can scale up, and that's the goal, right? I created like a scaling business plan for myself, but I haven't put it into action yet because I'm still trying to achieve the consistency and remove emotion from the trading. But yeah, man, when you if you look up some scaling plans, like the one that I want to follow is like 4 week increments. Every 4 weeks If you can consistently, like the way that he has it set up, one contract trading for 4 weeks, averaging $500 a week. At the end of that 4-week period, oh, I see, lost 1 to 2K worth of I got you. At the end of that 4-week period, if you've averaged the $500 a week, boom, you double your size to 2 contracts, do the exact same thing, nothing different. And then ideally at the end of that 4-week period, you've averaged $1,000 a week, double it again. Now your 4 contracts at the end of that next 4-week period, ideally same thing, you've averaged out to being $2,000 a week. By the end of the year, the number is like disgusting. And obviously, you know, you would have some emotional hurdles in that period when you start to size up. Like that would be different psychological hurdles for sure. But math wise, if you can remove that part, that's the way to do it, man. Scale the one thing that works. Don't need to trade more, don't need to trade different, don't need to anything, just scale. Correct, yes. Which I think is why the ES is what it is, right? It's I'm pretty sure it is the most liquid traded market in the world. I'm pretty sure, right? For retail traders, we will never, I mean, unless you really start to push size like you're talking, it's like, yeah, man, the lots that we could trade is yeah, sky's the limit, man. It's scary, really. It's crazy. To think that at some point, I mean, even if you did the math out, man, you could, like, even if you were only trading 20 lots, you know, which there's lots of people that trade 20 lots. You're literally making like a general person's monthly salary or multiple months salary in one trading day. I do. He is actually a stock trader, purely stock trader, and options, does not trade futures. He does stock shares and options. He's actually traveled around and met a lot of renowned traders and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. He does make very good. Yep. He does very well for himself. He lives the trader lifestyle that you see on the internet, for sure. I met him by complete fluke, man. We ended up doing a construction job at his house. He had a massive garage that he wanted to be converted into a big party room, so we did it. Yeah, that's how I met him. I'm dead serious too. It killed my boss too, because my boss was like, this is like a dream garage. It's huge for anybody who likes vehicles or like work on stuff. And the guy was like, yeah, I don't want it for anything to do with cars. Like, I want this big garage converted into a big party room. So that's what we did. Uh, 6 years, I think he said. 6 or 7 years. Like 2015, I think, is when he said he started. And he also had massive ups and downs. He said there was periods of time where he would go multiple weeks being unprofitable. And just had to, you know, stick to it. But it is, I mean, market conditions change, and yeah. He actually lives in Mexico for the winters. Because where I live, it's like kind of nasty winter. It's cold as hell, and there's a lot of snow and everything. So yeah, he travels to a fun place for like 4 months out of the year. Been no other trade setup since those first two this morning for me. Still got lots of movement though. I really am surprised to see a new low a day, but it happened. I've got a megaphone pattern on the hourly right now. Kind of gross. Makes sense though with the news that people are expecting today, I guess. Uncertainty. We slightly got above that that daily swing. Kind of rejected it quick, and they're kind of coming back down in for now. Quickly. Yeah, I was kind of suspecting a pretty choppy day leading up to it. I was surprised to see the price action we had this morning. When this was happening, I was like, all right, this is what we're going to get. And then it produced a nice, perfect reversal opportunity. I was surprised. Could look at this larger area from the last, 4 hours as kind of a range. Checked above it and below it. If we break down below 94 here, we could see a pushback down to a new low. Or a trap, either or. If it breaks and holds below could see much lower price. If it barely fills here and comes up and takes out the top, could be a perfect two-leg pullback trap for another quite a strong push up. Didn't bottom tick fill though, which looks nice. How are they gonna close it? Close slightly green, but not horrible. Didn't one tick fill though. We are going against this big engulf here, but this is your two-leg pullback opportunity right here. Break one tick below. So it did fire. Be looking for extension. If we don't get extension and instead we would hit the stop out and break above here, I would fully expect a move on the 5-minute chart back up to retest the moving average. There's really nothing else. We're kind of hovering around the lows, so it's already tested it. If it breaks up, then I'd be looking for a move above here for sure, which should line up with a retest. And then, yeah, hard to say. Happen from there. Doesn't look too bad so far, but it didn't continue yet. We haven't gone any lower than the candle that filled the order. One thing I did notice in my replay trading, because I've been so systematic, which is great, I've noticed one flaw though. I have had 2 trades out of I'll say out of 20 that have actually gone to 2.5 R to 1 and then turned into a full-size stop loss because the market V'd against me. And in the system, doing it as if I was an algo, there's nothing in the system to prevent that from happening. So that is something I do need to fix. I need to not let that happen, because 2.5 risk to reward to a negative trade is that's not good. That should never happen. But it has happened twice out of about 20 now. I'd be in a trend continuation trade, and then the market quickly V recovers against me and goes straight to stop out. After, what realistically should have already hit a profit target. So I have to make a minor adjustment to prevent that from happening, but yeah. It's a very specific situation that happens that allowed it to happen, but it did happen. So doesn't look the greatest. The fact that we've still never gone lower than the trigger candle makes me less excited about this trade. Looks like a stop out for this one. Wow. All right then. Was not expecting that. Never hit the stop out. Just took longer. We were 3 ticks from the stop out. Fully expected that to come up, but wow. The weird follow through though still leaves me timid. Not really proper anymore. Yeah, true. It's gonna go to stop out now. This was the chance to get out of break even or a small win. The trade didn't have follow through like it was supposed to. There was no follow through. Which is pretty good tell. Yeah, this is turned into like nasty for sure, because my trade setup was back on the circle. We had like a nice push down into a little bit of accumulation and then a 2-leg pullback, which actually failed at liquidity with a nice entry signal. Get short 1 tick below, and then ideally the market continues the push quick. As soon as it stalled like this, it's no good. It didn't develop into trend continuation. Instead, it turned into some nasty chop. Generally, these trades don't work now. Even though the stop loss still hasn't been tagged, nothing has happened. The market's just range bound now. It's not nice. The 2-leg pullback, if it's gonna work, like the AAA setup, when it works, it goes like pretty much instantly. Now we've just closed like an inside candle. We're forming another inside candle. No good. Yeah, it is definitely a little funky. Yep, correct. Because of 2 reasons. One, the larger time frame actually broke into a nice liquidity pocket. And 2, we are fighting against potentially a big old engulf candle here. So after a big bear bar fully engulfing, there was definitely both players in this market. So the sideways action now after definitely confirmed there was both people here. Like the ideal, there was some nice 2-leg pullbacks yesterday. Right here. Got a nice move down. Pulls up, down, goes up again, fails above. The breakout candle didn't even hold above, came back down, triggered 1 tick under. It's like a nice flag on a push, right? That's a beauty 2-leg pullback. And there was another one here. This one didn't fail at liquidity, but still had a beautiful trigger right off the same candle that broke out right into the moving average after a move down. Those are the ones I really like to see. Nice move, and then the little 2-leg move into the moving average. That would be like the AAA. This one is kind of a little goofy. So the way that I manage this now, the breakout candle, if it closes below the swing, I'll hold the trade. If it doesn't break out and hold below the swing, I scratch it when the candle closes. Because the chances of a move back into the range or higher is likely. Oh, my alarm's going off to leave. Which is how the V reversals have caught me. Yeah, you'd think, eh? You'd think. Gotta grow the confidence, man. That's why I'm I'm really liking the replay trading. It's really helping me hone in on not only the entry, but how to actually properly manage the trade. and do it consistently. But yeah, I do have to leave, boys. That was my alarm to go for the day. For fun though, right? We did close below. I would try to hold this now for a 2-leg move. Ideally, we get some form of a candle that comes higher and then makes a second leg, and you would exit on extension the second time. That would be the ideal situation. However, this was kind of scuffed price action for a 2-leg pullback, so hard to say. But that would be the ideal situation. Like our entry would have been 94 to 44.01. So 7 points of risk to get into this trade. You're up 10 so far. We've gone up, yeah, like 11 points ish. This goes a little bit lower, then we can move risk to here. But ultimately, yeah, we're looking for a candle that makes a high and then continuation to the downside. So this could be the opportunity, like I was saying, happened to me where the market extends in my favor, but then V recoveries. And there was never a point where in my system currently that I can exit that trade. But yeah. Oh, you lost your dome again, man. Damn. Yeah, be careful trading this afternoon if you guys are. We got the Fed stuff and everything. So now this candle went lower. Now we can remove risk to here. Looking for extension down, exit somewhere on extension. First sign of weakness, you'd be ditching the trade. But yeah, have yourself a good day, guys. And I'm not here the next 2 days, so it will be Monday for me when I return. So good luck trading the rest of the week. Have yourselves a good rest of your week, guys. Take care.